This is the drive home with
Zac, Frankie,
and TT for the Millwall drive home. Driving home from the Select Car Leasing Stadium. Rolls off the tongue, that bad boy. Where it finished, Reading 0.
Millwall 1.
Yes! Come on, you Lions. A battling, grinding out away performance against a pretty poor Reading side, to be fair. We've done everything we could do as a team. We've conceded no shots on target away from home, which is some going. I don't think we really we scored many on target. But we've done enough, and it's all about 3 points at this stage of the season, and I think we fully deserved it. I think we battled hard. The Reading fans sung about the referee, but the referee was actually, a shocking referee from both sides. Got no change. It was a physical.
He wasn't in control of the game.
He wasn't. It was a physical game. Both teams putting themselves about. Although I would say Reading threw themselves, like so many Reading players, especially Andy Carroll, who jumps with his elbows the whole game and yet seems to fall on the floor so many times. But like I said, we've ground out those 3 points. We started. Before we go any further, subscribe to the Millwall Drive Home if you haven't. Like the video if you like the video, and if you like 3 points, and stick your comments in below. We started off with one change from the game that played against Norwich City. We had Long in goal, a back four of Danny McNamara right back, Murray Wallace left back, Cresswell and Jake Cooper as your centre back pairing. In front of them you had George Saville and Ryan Leonard. You had a right midfielder of, was it George Honeyman? And Vogelsammer on the left. Yeah, Vogelsammer on the left, Fleming in the middle with Sir Thomas Bradshaw, the February Championship Player of the Month.
Was he actually?
Yeah, he was, fully deserved.
Unluckily FIFA doesn't have a Player of the Month for the Championship.
Fully deserved for Tom Bradshaw. I think it's the five games in February.
It was 7.
He scored. Did he score? In the last 5 games, he scored and assisted. At least once in 4 of those 5 games. The game started off. I felt we started off pretty steady. Without really, to be fair, the whole game was a lot of possession from both sides without really creating any real clutch. We were putting the ball up front to Tom Bradshaw, and they were booming the ball forward to Andy Carroll, and it seemed like both teams kind of nullified each other. But we got the break back, I think it was 10-15 minutes into the game, where seeing Fleming's put through. It was a good little win to play actually by the rest of the team. Put through.
He probably would have scored if the keeper didn't want.
I'm not sure about why the keeper's not sent off, because I think he's still in control of the ball.
Yeah.
He gets the ball in front of the goalkeeper, the old classic.
And the keeper
wipes him out.
Wipes him out.
It was close to being on the edge of the box. I think it was inside the box. And then, you're looking at probably thinking that Fleming's going to take the penalty, but the Vadslammer steps up. And there was a bit of nervousness in the away end, I'm not going to lie, but Vogelsammer stepped up and he absolutely cracked it.
And it was the perfect top corner. Top
left-hand corner penalty to send the away end into absolute raptures. It was a privilege to have a ticket. Frankie's first away game. He'll want to come more often. Yeah. But that puts 1-0 up, and from then on, to be fair, we've kind of just closed the game out. It sounds ridiculous to have that far to go, but we didn't really look troubled. George Long's not made a save.
We did trouble them a little bit with balls through and.
Yeah, that was more in the second half. In the first half, I don't really remember anything of note from both sides creating absolutely nothing other than Andy Carroll throwing himself to the floor. I'll say, who was your man of the match?
I really don't know today, because every single one of them players, you couldn't think of a way to, every one of them players had a good thing in the game.
They worked hard. Yeah. They worked hard. For me, all day long is Cresswell. I thought he matched. I think he's won the most headed duels in the league, and you can see why. Because don't get me wrong, Andy Carroll won quite a few, but Cresswell gave him a tough game today, and it was I'm sure he's come off the pitch battered and bruised probably, but also
He also got wiped out by Ince.
Yeah, loving his performance. That should have been a red card in the second half for him. So it's a disgraceful challenge. But Cresswell, I thought, had an absolutely superb performance. Battled hard, made the right decisions at the right time in terms of going for the ball or not going for the ball, and sometimes dropping in behind Cooper. It was a magnificent defensive display by, Danny McNamara done really well on the right. Murray Wallace done defensively really good again on the left. George Honeyman's put in a great amount of effort. We did create one chance in the second half, right towards the end actually. It was, who was put through? He's made the wrong decision. Ollie Burke, yeah, with his pace, he's put through and he's got a decision to make. He's either got to go left for him to Tom Bradshaw to slot it through, or right where Ian Fleming is completely on his own. He probably made the wrong decision by putting it to Bradshaw, although saying that, if Bradshaw...
No, there was one where Ollie Burke could have shot. That was the one that I was
Oh, okay, yeah. Jesus Christ, he's in a hurry. He's probably a Reading fan trying to get home. But yeah, he's done that. He's played in Bradshaw, and Bradshaw's taken a heavy touch, and he's gone through to the goalkeeper. Would have killed the game off at that stage. We did make a couple of substitutions. Vogelsam come off, and Honeyman came off. Burke came on before that, but obviously before that chance. And Sean Hutchinson made it a back five to try and deal with the oncoming onslaught. But to be fair, the onslaught didn't really transpire.
They had a couple pop shots that went wide.
Yeah, but they didn't really do anything, did they? We didn't really do
box.
much other than the breakaway, but they didn't really do much at all. Frankie, who was your man of the match?
I don't really know.
You're going to say Ian Fleming, ain't you?
No. I don't, but Ian Fleming is my hero, but no.
He's your hero,
I
right?
I think all the players done well. They done what they had to do.
Yeah.
George Long didn't have to do much. He didn't have to do any saves really.
No, he didn't. That's right, Frankie, and you're completely right. George Long, you go away for a moment, your goalkeeper doesn't make a save. That's down to two things: great defensive work, and you're coming up against the poor Reading side.
Yeah.
There's not much more I'm going to say about the game because, like I said, you wanted maybe the subs to come a little bit earlier, but you can't argue with it at the end of the day because we've won 1-0. We've got two massive games. Every game is massive now. Obviously, we're in the playoffs at the moment, but Norwich City have got a game against Sunderland tomorrow. But then we've got a big game against Swansea at home. Back-to-back games. Swansea at home Tuesday and then Huddersfield at home Saturday. We're not going to be there on Saturday, but we'll be there Tuesday night. And I hope we can get a number of fans in. We don't really normally do well on a Tuesday night in terms of fans. The away end was excellent today. It was a great atmosphere to be in. We sung well.
Yeah. And the celebrations are...
Yeah, celebrations
madness.
From the goal and at the end to really,
It's a Millwall way to celebrate.
Yeah, it was a Millwall way to celebrate. And now we're going home down the M4, one of the shortest away games of the season, with all 3 points. Swansea at home on Tuesday night, and hopefully we'll see you there. It was great to speak to a few people that spoke to me. We really appreciate you coming up to us and having a little chat. There is only one way we can end with the 3 points. What is that, boys?
3 points.
3 points. No one likes us.
We don't care.
Yes.
Come on, Millwall.
That you likes.